All right, what's a nepo baby?
Oh, baby, it's just a person in the industry that has connection to another person that's famous in the industry.
Oh, a nepo baby.
Yeah, that's what that means. Like Racing Abrams right
Why?
now is
Why?
big.
Why?
Brothers
Why?
of J.J.
What is
Abrams.
this? What is this? What's the problem with nepotism?
Because it feels like it's unearned. Your success is
So-
unearned, or at least not earned in the same way that.
Finish the sentence.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying that's how people it's perceived to a lot of people.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me
If your mama's good looking,
I'm just saying, let him finish.
I'm just saying, if your mom is good looking, and you get to be good looking, because your mom is good looking, you did nothing for that.
Okay.
Why does?
Because
That's called pretty privilege.
Really what
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking
called-
I don't
about.
think that's what people are talking. They talking about your mama's pretty, but you butt ugly, and you out here trying to flaunt
Like your
you
mama.
like your mama. Like, hold on, your mama was the one in the gym.
No, it's not even people.
So I only think we're talking about it because it's related to a black issue. That to,
They
to
hating
be
on
complete-
Bronny, and we
yeah,
wanna
to be
talk about
completely
it.
honest.
I wouldn't talk about
Now are they
Like
right?
Nepo babies?
Yeah, they technically they are right, but that is the area in which we may have the
no.
Wait, let me
There are
finish.
people in the league
Hold
that
Wait, let
suck.
me finish.
Hold on.
That is the area in which we may have the advantage, whereas we see a lot of nepotism on the flip side, maybe in corporate America and any other aspect of life. We only talking about it because it's a black issue.
In
It is
the
Bronny.
NBA, it's a whole bunch of white players whose fathers were NBA players, better than them. Bill Walton being one of them. His kids.
Were they drafted higher than they were projected?
Are we specifically relating to the LeBron James thing?
This basically, that's where everybody goes nuts. It's like OJ. White folks been killing people and getting off, or doing stuff and getting off because they got money and influence and access to wealth. And when OJ did the same thing that had been happening Marlon Brando's son had just done it. The guy who played Beretta, he had just done it. Got off, the same time period. And when a black person does it, all of a sudden there's an issue.
Uh-huh.
And I'm saying it's basketball. Why do we care?
Because I don't know. Because I guess people have this expectation that your success in I guess we're taking the NBA example. Your spot in the NBA needs to be earned through hard work without any connections whatsoever to.
How is the NBA any
It
different
needs-
than anything else in the world?
I mean, it's not. It really isn't. It's just. I'm just talking in
But
general.
I think
I'm just
people
not.
feel that way about everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even relating it to just.
Everything is
think about it.
meritocracy?
No, I feel people feel it would be correct or fair if everything was meritocracy. I think there's a lot of nepotism going around that we don't necessarily were able to pinpoint until until his father already put him in place. But this one we kind of saw coming, so people were able to talk about it as it came in.
I still don't get the selective outrage.
They don't want to
Our entire point of parenting is to create the dreams and opportunities for our children. Either I'm a banker, I make dresses, whatever. I want to hook my kids up. I'm saying the people who are hating got kids.
Yes.
In which they probably done the
There
same
are kids,
thing.
but think about it. If your kid is getting screwed over for a kid who's not performing like my kid is doing, think about it. If you're a banker and you hire your daughter to be another banker and she miscounting everybody's stuff and giving out too much money and ruining what everybody else who's working for you is doing, don't you feel like, yo, this person's in the way? We are trying to keep moving forward. If they ain't you, then we need to get somebody else in here.
If it's mine and I choose to run it in the ground, I can do that. Now, most of the time what happens is I put my child in a position that they can't mess it up. and keep other folks to make them look good. But I'm just saying, where in life does this not exist?
I mean, it exists all over the place.
Right.
But it seems to be that the outrage happens like to already long-standing, or children of long-standing famous people like LeBron James or J.J. Abrams or other people like that. Nepotism happens every day. You see people or parents, trying to bring their children into like sort of similar industries so they can have a leg up, a successful future career. There's nothing really wrong with that. That's fine. That's pretty normal. It happens all the time. It's just, people don't like it, when it happens to other people, especially when it happens to children that are already like really famous, like LeBron James.
I think people are hating. People are mad because they don't have the fortune to be able to do what these people are able to do.
I mean, most people.
I'm just hating.
Well, I think LeBron has a lot of haters just anyway, so if they can't hate directly on him, they're going to hate on what he does. People hated on him for the school that he made, so...
I mean, you don't get as big as you do without having haters in general. That's just inevitable.
Yeah, but, but everybody is making it as though it is this insult to meritocracy or that it's this imbalance to the world. It's not like he's a cardiac surgeon and he put his son as the head of surgery to do heart surgery. He ain't went to medical school. He don't know nothing. It's a game.
Well, the entertainment industry tends to get a lot of flack for nepotism.
Yeah, because then they did the same thing with Ice Cube and his son. When Ice Cube got the opportunity, when his son got the opportunity to play him in the movie, that was a big deal. And just to hear Ice Cube say, "Hey, you see other people do this in every other sector. This is just the sector that I'm successful with."
After Earth, when Will Smith came out with that movie with him and his son in it, and people were like, "That movie's terrible. It's all about his son." And I was like, "I loved it too." But I'm like, why would he have a movie about him?
Also,
his son is a sidekick.
Also, they literally did this before Pursuit of Happiness, so what's the deal?
Yeah, and they like that one, right?
Yeah.
But
we were complaining about that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, this is just flat out jealousy. He is so high up on the economic food chain that he can use his access a lot higher than most people. But his son was the last draft. His son, and generally, the last draftee is somebody who don't make it in the NBA. And what is the point of entertainment? For people to get to see what they want to see. Yeah. If nobody cared about Bronny James or did not want to see him succeed or fail, nobody would talk about it. It's a good business decision. If he tanks, everybody got something to talk about. If he does well, everybody got somebody to talk about. Name me any last pick in the draft that's had this much buzz. You're a genius to do this.
I don't know. They want to be
the last pick in the draft is rarely a person that's consequential.
I don't even pay attention to the second round, to be honest. I cut it off.
Is this not the most? If you look at it that way,
has anyone came close?
This is nobody even knows who the last person in the draft is. And I'm saying this was absolutely there is no downside to it. Marketing, ticket sales, TV viewership, season tickets,
jerseys.
Yeah, jerseys. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this. If he sucks, he was the last pick in the draft. Now, if they picked him first overall, now you say, okay, now you destructing your team because you could have gotten somebody that would have made. but it's the last pick, the person that really makes no impact whatsoever. Did we forget that this is a business?
But, for a lot of people that are really upset about this, they're not really thinking about the business aspects of this.
Well, let me ask you then. Why not put Caitlin Clark on the USA team?
Because she's not good enough.
They said, wait. If it's a great business decision, we might need to do it, though.
That would be a great
No.
That would. That would.
Yes,
I got an answer for you.
It would, because her and Angel would bring so many eyes. Although they may not be prepared.
What if they lose?
Who the fuck
They ain't
cares?
gonna
lose.
Stop.
You got 13 other Hall of Famers on your team.
You wasn't watching basketball when the Dream Team lost.
Yes, I was.
That jacked up.
You was not.
Yes, I was.
Okay. All right, that was LeBron's first year in the league. I don't know if you was watching basketball.
I was watching because I was playing, I was hooping in the back.
Okay, but what I'm saying was,
What happened?
That was devastating to the image of American basketball.
The image is already tainted. Nobody really watched them before. No, this many eyes was not on the WNBA.
Yeah, but you can't lose. Yes, now we have eyes.
But you could have kept your
really think they was gonna lose with Asia Wilson and Breonna Stewart and Sabrina and them two girls coming off the bench? You think they was gonna lose?
I would have had Angel. I would have had Angel. I would have had Caitlin, and I would have had Raquel.
I would have told. Now I would tell you this. I would have had Angel Reese because her numbers are so high in her class. I would do the what's the guy's name that took Shaq's place on the Dream Team? Christian Laettner. He has such high stats as a college player. They put him on the Dream Team instead of Shaq, which everybody knows should have been Shaq.
How's that not apply for Caitlin?
Because she's already been in the league. You know, she's already been in the league, and the top rookie should have won, in my opinion.
I think you got two superstars. Put them both on. Why would you do one? You have 15 roster spots. I got 13 Hall of Famers to get us the W. Y'all can come in and get 2 shots, 3 shots a game.
Just to get eyes.
Just to get the eyes. Everybody want to see you dapping up Asia and stuff. It look great.
And then to have arch enemy, although they're in real life they're not enemies, but to have arch rivals on the same team.
Yeah. I think
bro, come on. That was going crazy.
Now you know what? That may be why they didn't.
Why? Everybody will probably tune in.
No.
You don't think so?
No. There's more. No, there's more money in Larry Bird versus Magic.
Okay.
Notice they didn't do Larry Bird and Magic until the end of their career. It's that you got to keep that black and white, roughneck versus whatever, good looking versus. I didn't say who was who. You know.
Oh, you implied. I think everyone.
So I'm just saying you got to keep that. But to be honest, neither one of them are at the top of the WNBA game.
Angels leaders the WNBA in double doubles, and I think she's second in rebounds.
Yeah, but in nothing else. Now she's leading her class. She's leading
the
her class. She got a lot of.
the WNBA.
In double doubles. I got you. I said, but nothing else.
In
double doubles, points and rebounds. I'm getting double digits on both.
I don't think she's leading in rebounds, and I don't think she's leading.
She is.
No, she's leading in double,
right?
Which is double digit rebounds.
I understand.
If nobody else can do that,
no,
she killing it.
I concede that. But if I got somebody that's doing better assists, better rebounds, better shooting, better all these things, you're not ready yet.
She's like second in rebounds though. Not like it's not like
only other person.
I am in favor of Angel Reese playing. I am. I already said that. I'm just saying I would not. All of the eyes came in on this new class. You can't put too many of them out there because you risk losing. I think that's what happened, what they did with Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron. All of us rookies, And they got all of them eyes because LeBron was the man beast. Carmelo did not miss. And Dwayne Wade was half man, half amazing. So they're like, oh, we can't lose. Boom. And then they lost. And it was like, oh, wait.
But
So
if you depended on the rookies to win it, that's a bad idea. You have Hall of Famers to do that for you. They need to come in and hit 2 shots and get off the court.
Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan.
So we need to blame them. Why are you blaming the rookies? You can't blame LeBron for that.
I'm just saying that's probably where history fell on them the wrong way. That's the only thing I'm saying, because the United States is not trying to lose, and we're losing fencing, swimming, ping pong, basketball. We don't want to do that.
And baseball. That's the 2.
No, I don't know.
That's the 2. That's what we got. American sports. No one of those. Is that it for Nepos?
I want to know at what point in time, if say you run into business, maybe it's not the Lakers or whatever. Say you hire a family member or a friend. Mm-hmm. At what point in time do you fire your friends and your family members?
What you trying to say?
I had a coach. The paperwork ain't gone through yet. No, I had a coach. He would hire his old teammates, and the one thing I respected about him is when their coaching was not up to par, they weren't coming back next year. And I was like, that's got to be a crazy conversation to have with a lifelong friend or something like that.
Nah, I think if you start the conversation like that, like, hey, look, bro, Joe, I told you about the opportunity at, first dibs, right?
I did.
You dig what I'm saying? So
I did.
So when I set you up with this, you understand you got to be able to perform at this level. You're not gonna bring us both down, all right? So if you don't, we're gonna have to swap it out. Nothing personal. I still see you at the Christmas party. Nothing personal.
But they gonna be like, man, I'm good for it. I was just going through a rough time, and I'm gonna bounce back. And
the only thing you owe somebody is an opportunity. Now, what you make of that opportunity is completely on you. Now, if you my guy, I get a big time job across campus, and a 6-figure job that fits you comes across my desk, and I don't holler at you, I'm wrong. But if I say, hey, here's the opportunity, and for whatever reason you're outmatched, you can't do it, hey, I gave you the opportunity. It should be love.
Man, I don't know. Hiring friends and family for me is such a huge risk. I'm not really sure if I can be able to do it. Just because you have to run a business like any other business. You have to
I look at it like this. I would rather fire you and help you with the money I still got than for both of us to crash and burn. So, it is what it is. But if I don't offer you the opportunity, the only thing that you owe somebody is the investment in them, the belief in them. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
That's the problem with when it doesn't work out. When you're not pitting, but when you're comparing someone else's work ethic to your family member or friend's work ethic, and you're thinking about who to give a raise or who to give a promotion or whatever, and you decide to choose the other person instead of them, because out of respect for their work ethic, I mean that could be a huge problem for the friend or family member, and just their
that would have to be their problem.
I mean, I know it has to be their problem, but it's also something that how much do you really want to deal with that? I guess.
I work with friends.
Yeah.
And you might have to, as you said last time, you may have to do some mental gymnastics on how you approach it. But you still approach it.
I mean, yeah, you can still approach it, I know.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I invested in you.
So let me ask you this, because you said you got the job, there's a 6-figure opportunity, you should tell your boy about it. Mm-hmm. What if I feel like I know you well enough that you're not going to get this done. Okay. And I'm like, look, I'm not even going to throw it to you because I know you probably ain't gonna get this done. Now they hear about it, they're gonna be like, what's going on?
And then I say, Joe, you know, this. Come on now. I've actually had.
I've done that, so I'm just saying.
A buddy of mine asked me when I got a job at running a fitness center back home. He was like, "Yo, hook your boy up," and I said no. And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because you're too close to me to fire you. And if I fired you, it would mess with our friendship, and our friendship is way more important than you getting the bag." It wasn't like he didn't have a job. Okay. He was like, "Yo, I work for the post office. Give me a job on the night shift. Right. Basically, I ain't gonna do nothing." No, I can tell how you asking where it's going. Nah, player.
So
if you're on too much.
If you're on the opposite end of that, if you're the friend who got fired, do you move different? Do you move differently?
If I get fired,
yeah, like if your
every time I got fired, I knew why I got fired.
Okay. So you the friend who wouldn't move it. It's still the same when you show up to the Christmas party.
I've never got. Well, see, that's one thing. I work harder for friends. Mm-hmm. I've never gotten fired by a friend.
Okay.
Because I will run through a brick wall for a friend. I don't work crazy for Mr. Charlie. But
can we find a better name?
but my people.
I ain't license.
Yeah, my people. Oh, I ain't gonna. I'm not. No, I don't let my people down.
Yeah, but what if,
Joe, you ever been fired by a friend?
No, I never been fired.
No, I've been fired.
I've been
fired from most jobs that y'all ever had.
Right.
Wait, what you said, Trey?
I like to imagine he was like, he said he's never been fired. He probably got fired and then quit. So it didn't count.
I ain't fired. Hold on. Before you say anything, I quit. You can't fire me.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Okay, but what if you're in a situation where you have to fire that person?
So what?
What if you're in a situation where you kind of have to fire that person?
I've been in that situation.
Because they let you down so badly. Or did something so not reprehensible, but irreparable.
Look, that's why you have policies and procedures. And most of the time, when you work in the public sector, like I have for a lot of my career, there are processes and procedures. So we're talking throughout what's going on. And we get to a point and say, okay, now you see where you are on infraction, warning, write-up, second write-up, suspension, fine. Well, you've been suspended twice. Mm-hmm. You know what's happening next. If you do it again, I ain't got to tell you fired.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
Yeah, I'm just kind of worried about those type of people who think they can just kind of glide by in their job because they're being fired by a friend.
Mommy, when we first got
there, in a situation where they had to fire
Mommy
them,
used
like,
to
what's
send
going on
people
here?
for me to hire.
Oh, really?
The worst one, I hired a dude for maintenance, and he was a friend of Mommy's. Not like he wasn't even her friend. He was like a friend's husband, and this dude was in my office. I'm talking like within the first 3 days. Mm-hmm. Sitting there talking, and I'm like, okay, I gotta work, so I know you gotta work. Yeah. And I just had to tell him, oh, this is not. I don't know what you think this is, but you got a little outfit with a name on your shirt, and a mop goes with that.
Go. Using it.
Yeah, and once he saw that it wasn't, oh, I'm tied to the man, because he went around, I didn't even notice dude.
Yeah.
But he went, I think we went out, some play date Mommy made me go on. And I met the dude when we went out, and then he was like, oh, he's looking for a job. To me, he was like, yo, you need to hook him up, you good people. I hook him up. He goes through the place telling everybody that, yo, me and the manager best friends.
Oh, see, don't do that.
And I'm like, I really don't
Mistake number one, you don't.
But he was just like, I'm like, dude, why are you sitting here? Go. And then the next day he was back. I'm like, okay, player, I got a meeting. You got to go. And then the third day, okay, stop. There is nothing that has to be. There are days I shouldn't see you. Most days I shouldn't see you.
Not for long, at least.
Yeah, like I should see you mopping if I'm going to the facility. What? No, there's very little. You got a supervisor at that. Why are you in my office? So yeah, but I've never had a problem with that.
Okay.
And just about everybody.
Interesting.
It is one person that I've gotten a job that has not either tried to take my job or get me fired.
Only one person?
One person.
Wait, say that again? One person that you
never tried to take their job.
That has not done that to me.
Yeah.
That you hired.
Yes. That I either hired or used my influence to get them hired.
And there's only one person that did that.
That never
did.
Everyone else did.
Everyone did.
That's crazy. Why? So my question is why? Why do you think that happens?
Poor selection on my part.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, you never really know. I mean, that's one of the risks.
Well, I mean, you do know. What's the common denominator?
Not fully, though. I mean,
no, it is fully. What's the common denominator? Me.
Okay. Yeah.
So I need to
not hire nobody.
Right?
Say,
Yeah. When people say, "Hey, can you hook me up with it?" No. So, what I do, I can get DJ Vlad to hook him up at the counter. That way it ain't got nothing to do with me. But, come in here and they take homie's seat, then they start working on Joel to get the promotion me and Joel was talking about, or he played too much, or I can't work with him. What? You done known me 12 years. You ain't have no bag. You was driving somebody else's car. You were making a total of $11,000 a year. You had, I don't want to get specific, you were overly educated and could not get a job that it took a bachelor's degree to get.
Yeah.
I brought you in, not just to get you a job. I brought you in to take my job. Because I was finna quit. I ended up sitting in front of our supervisor because you can't work with me. This same supervisor, that's Christmas party. So that's like you bringing me in front of Joe. Now Joel is going to, okay, we got to do this, but he cut me to look like, because I had to tell Joel, man, would you answer DJ Vlad's email? She trying to get on. Man, I ain't. Who is it? Come on, man. Just now you getting the attitude because he got you on pay no mind list. I'm in here bridging the gap for you, so he knows what I did for you to get here, and he's sitting there like, I got to do it because you have formally brought this up as an issue. I have to address it. But I'm in that awkward position because I know what you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. What?
So how are those conversations? Do they still come to the Christmas party? How were those conversations after that?
Oh, no. You get fed with a long handle switch. Y'all know me.
Hey.
Y'all know me. That's homie times two.
Oh, damn.
It's times two because I didn't just get you employed.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about a job. I put you not only in a career path you desire to do. Like you had like a little AAU team.
Mm.
I gave you programs with thousands of dollars in funding, thousands of people to, I mean, you went from a team with no money to leagues with hundreds of thousands of dollars to finance what you're doing. Facilities, vehicles, field prep people. You know, I put you on to where your degree aligns with what you're doing. And
that's like, so the 48 Laws of Powers was saying, don't hire your friends, hire your enemies. Have you ever hired an enemy? And
yes.
Did they work better for you?
Yeah.
It's so it's easier to hire
Did they work
enemies.
better for you than your
Yeah.
friends?
Yeah.
Break that down. Like,
I
how,
need to hear that.
It has
Yeah,
no,
how
it has
that
to do
work?
something with trust. So
I hired people who didn't like me, but were good at what they did.
yeah,
But because I looked over the fact that both of us know you don't like me, and I looked over that and blessed you on your talent, you then began to respect me. Learn to look past what you didn't like and found out it was some really good stuff in me, or I wouldn't have even blessed you. They work 20 times harder. They work 20 times harder.
because they're just good at what they did, or is there anything else to it?
I think it's the impact of blessing people that don't deserve it. I mean, it's still got to be good people, because some folks just...
They know they don't deserve it. I think some people don't deserve it, but think they deserve it.
Yeah.
And they don't work out well. But someone's like, oh, they hooked me up. I know I'm getting a hook up.
Yeah.
Let me do everything right.
And that's the
Or you come in, we ain't never got along. Some of your most humble moments are when you're applying for a job or going to court. And you're presenting yourself to be judged. And you walk in and you know I done talk crazy to or about you. And I'm like, I might as well go home. But I wouldn't be here if I didn't need it. So now I got to really humble myself to make this request despite this situation. Because I really would like to go, oh, he here, I'm gone. But I'm in such a bad way. You know, I make my pitch. And you look favorably upon me. Like, when your enemy shows mercy, everybody who helped you ain't your friend, and everybody who you consider your enemy is not there to hurt you.
I think a lot of us struggle with that. So my question would be, how do you tell friend from foe? Because although your statement may be true, how do you trust that this foe is not there to help you?
Believe the faith people show you. We talk too much. We talk too much. We so busy trying to do this. Shut up. Let me listen. You tell me who you are. Good or bad. You sit there, hey man, then he trying to write you up. I told her, you do it. Hey, we got till this date for it to be written. If she don't do it, mine goes through. People tell you. I'm like, oh, okay. Now this lady just blessed you, thinking, well, he got to do what I say, because I just hooked him up. It's like, well, no, I appreciate it, but not to the extent to do that. So it's not just bad. It's also when it's good. So that's how you know how to tell the friends from the folks. People will tell you. It's just us that go, nah, he needed that.
Man.
People will tell you what you mean to them,
I
what
agree.
you don't mean to them,
Yeah.
what they hope for you, what they wish on you. People will tell you, and when you see it,
Believe it.
I mean, there were
y'all see me do it and y'all criticize.
I mean, there were people that will try to hide it.
I ain't criticizing.
Y'all,
I
y'all,
see.
I just investigate. I just wanted to know.
when you clearly just lay out to me, this is how I feel, and I don't care how remorseful, not sorry, how remorseful you are, because I believe that person is extremely remorseful because they still feel left out. Now they feel left out. So there's remorse, but the remorse is in
Consequence,
yes,
Okay.
not the action.
yes, I still feel this way about you. But
I'm upset I got caught, not upset that I was doing it.
well, not that I got caught, but the consequence of what I did,
Yeah.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
Sure.
You know, like, oh, everybody going to play baseball. I can't even say I want to play baseball. I can't even ask you, can I come and play baseball? I can't ask you, can I play baseball? I can't ask him, can I play baseball?
Now, how many of these people would you hire?
What do you mean?
We talking about hiring you, not enemies, but people you don't like or enemies or whatever. Would you hire?
No.
What point
You know
in
what?
time
No.
you gonna be like, I don't want your
No, that's a good
energy in my building,
Oh,
or
for
maybe
sure.
maybe your work ethic is good enough. I could do that.
But how good are you? How good you are? It's just like anything else. You got LeBron James on your team. He's a megalomaniac. He brings about all of this attention and all of that, but he's that good. We're willing to we're gonna set this aside.
We're gonna save a roster spot.
To make this,
you know.
And so going back to our original conversation, whoever I spend my last draft pick on is not going to bring me more marketing, more ticket sales, more TV time. We just talking about this last spot. Who in the last draft is going to affect the bottom line like him? Nobody. Doesn't that nepotism now make sense?
But it only, I would say it only affects him because of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was the same duo, like father and son, it has nothing to do with Bronny. It has everything to do with LeBron.
Yeah.
So like let's say, I don't know,
Doc Rivers.
Let's say Doc Rivers was still playing, and then his son. He
was coaching and he drafted his son.
Yeah,
I know, but I guess that it's different because
it was the same thing. Coaching the two on the same team on the floor at the same time. Yes, yes. My daddy is him. People are gonna say, "Oh, he's not as good," or "He did that dunk, it looked just like him," or Everybody is waiting.
That's gotta be annoying.
For him,
yeah, I would love to have a conversation with him. Like, dude, do you want to play with your dad?
My thing is, the reporters ain't never not asked him a question about his dad. Like, bro, ask him about something else. You gonna ask him the same thing every time you go up? Hey, your dad.
That child. What is he? 20 years old?
He probably used to.
19.
Yeah, probably.
He used to. You know what everybody is waiting on? The assist.
Okay.
The lob when he throws that lob.
The assist. Him to his dad to him. Whatever the score is, that's what they're waiting on. And that's something I haven't heard anybody say. Oh, we want to see how he play. Everybody is waiting for the assist. James to James for the score.
So question, do you think that LeBron is also making moves? Because I think at this point, what Bryce only has like maybe a year or two before he's basically going to be in the NBA. Do you think he could hold out for another 2 years to technically say, I'm playing with both of my sons. That shit is gonna be unheard of.
Oh God, man.
Here's the problem.
I think so.
You think so?
Here's the
That
problem.
would be historic.
Here's the problem. Unless he's going to buy into the Lakers, which he can.
Mm-hmm. That would be smart.
I don't know if it's for sale because that was one of the few. That's what notice.
Nepotism.
Everybody else. No. Everybody else is a corporate.
Yeah.
That's one of the few family-owned.
That's what everybody's saying. The Lakers are owned by nepotism. Like, they just passed it on to
It was
Gus and Gigi.
Dr. Buzz
Yeah.
gave it to his kids,
I didn't know this.
and his son was Jack. You didn't know that?
Well, I don't know anything about NBA, so this is the first for me.
Yeah, and then his son was jacking it up, so she had to fire her brother, which was awkward. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Should have hired her enemy.
Yeah, but and so in many ways, especially when it's public, you know, if I know you're gonna, and I'm not on that level as to where people don't know you got fired, other than the people we both know.
I mean, it's one thing to fire someone, you know, a family member. It's another thing to have it go public and everyone knows. Like that is a
But you
whole
knew the
different
job
level
was
of
public when you
embarrassment.
asked for it.
I know, but that's a whole different level of embarrassment, whether you're ready for it or not. So
Now, I think their situation was unique because Dad gave me my job and gave you your job. But Dad was smart.
Put you in charge.
Dad put you in charge of me. And it was only out of respect that you just let me just keep messing up the initiatives.
yeah, well,
So, you know, it just kind of is what it is. But
can you imagine LeBron James buying out.
But no, when it comes to hiring people, like I said, even being here, I felt that is never anything Joe was gonna ask me to do that I wasn't gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I ain't gonna do that or act a fool. I'm gonna work harder because this person is close to me, as opposed to act a fool.
So I got a question for y'all, right? So as y'all know, in my experience, I haven't had a whole bunch. Well, I think I probably had more male leaders than female leaders. And working here and working there, I see the difference. I definitely see the difference. So I say working under males, it seemed much more peaceful and about just get this shit done. I'm perfectly fine with that. Working with women, and having them as leaders, it could be much more like messy, sticky, catty. And I'm like, nigga, I'm just here to get my money. Like, I really don't care about the bullshit. Just tell me what you need, get the fuck out of my way, and it'll get done. Don't have an issue with doing anything. Don't talk to me crazy. But I don't have an issue with that. Do y'all think women have the ability to be good leaders as far as work-wise?
Right quick, before you answer that, can you break down exactly why you think it's a little more working under female
versus
managers? Well, female managers specifically, why it's messy and can be a little problematic at times. Can you explain that? Why you think that is?
I think personally, I think sometimes it's just kind of in some females' nature for things to be catty instead of like just having a direct like Joel has come to me, Brian, you need to do X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be. All right, cool. I might give him lip back, but it's like, all right, cool.
She get real mad. Real mad.
All right. But I was
tomorrow should be cool, but today
I'm still working on it. Feel me? But whatever. But it's like either way, I don't have an issue with doing it because Joel, A, he approached me, B, he told me what I need you to do, and he didn't talk to me crazy while telling me. Whereas another place, it is a completely different experience. Where it's like you might talk to me crazy, then I gotta get back, flip with your ass, just show you, bitch, it ain't that. Like don't play with me. All you gotta do is ask me, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? It's not a problem. Just don't talk to me crazy. I just think women can be a little bit more casual.
Male and female communication are foundationally different.
Sure.
Let's take with men, there is always an undertone of physical violence.
Okay.
No matter who the men are, if this gets too sideways, it is an understood reality that this can turn physical.
Okay. Well,
With women, that is much less likely socially.
Sure.
In cross gender, it's even less likely. But everyone has aggression.
Yes. Sure.
Whereas men's aggression is more likely to come out ultimately physically. Women's aggression comes out verbally in personal attack, rumors, and innuendo.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, that's to say that women aren't aggressive, which everyone has aggression.
I mean, aggression is
So
just one
that's
side.
how the climates come out differently under female leadership and under male leadership. Now, in answer to your question, it really depends on how talented the female or the male is, despite their proclivities. How talented are they? Women tend to be more talented in non-STEM opportunities, whereas men are more talented in STEM opportunities, science, math, engineering. Women are more liberal arts, counseling, medical, that kind of thing. So that's where our talents generally lie. So it depends on what industry, it depends on the level of expertise of the person and how much that can overcome. Because if you get too much machismo, that'll mess up the pie. If you get too much innuendo and personal attacks, that'll mess up the pie. So it really depends on the individual and their level of expertise. How well do you know what you're doing? And that kind of overrides whatever failures in the communication style, I believe.
Yeah, sure, I understand that.
I think also some of it has to do with the length, though. Like you said, say I'm upset, like a male boss, he's upset with me. I know it's gonna be about 24 hours, 40 hours, he's over it. But with a female, I may have done something she didn't like it, she may just not like me forever. And I feel like there's a difference between the forgiveness. It's like, I don't even want to call it forgiveness, but like you either get over it or you don't. And like I feel like a lot of females don't. Like once I don't like you, I don't like you unless something drastic happens to change it.
Yeah.
I think a general male figure, like managers or males in power in the industry, sort of have an expectation when it comes to like different genders. Like when they're males, when they're talking to men, there's like an expectation that, when I talk to you about getting a job done, like there's a good but more likely a chance that you're gonna listen to me and get it done. For example, there's a sort of I guess because we're the same gender, like we're both men here, like there's a sort of understanding that they have. Whereas with women, I feel like a lot of men take a much different approach when it comes to communicating with women, and a lot of that communication sort of is based on this sort of different level of expectation that they have for women. And
are you saying that you have to manage men and women differently?
That you have to? I mean, I'm not sure if you have to, but I'm just saying that's how it seems to me how a lot of men tend to treat the different genders. Like
I think you have to manage people.
Yeah, I would say, but I don't know if I'd have to actually go back and think about it. I don't know if I speak as directly to females as I do to males. Like, especially in the workplace, where I'm like, hey, you need to do this. At least for the students, I'm like, I don't know if I'm as direct. I've never thought about it. I didn't think about it. Mm-hmm. But I do remember that at least you know how we are, like, the girls always do a good job and the guys are always shaky.
Yeah.
And it's weird. And we're like, trying to hire you, bro, but...
I don't know. I'm not really sure I'm not well versed in gender studies. I really should be. But it seems to be like with men in power, there's always like there's always a difference in how they play with like their power dynamics when they're talking to men and when they're talking to women.
I don't like the way you
Employees.
say that.
Okay, fine. Explain, please.
I think you on some other stuff.
Okay, what do you mean?
Are you one of them? What generation are you?
Z.
Are you one of them Gen Zers that believes we live in a patriarchal society?
Yes, I do actually. Thank you.
Man.
That's why I don't like you or the way you think.
Well,
Explain to me.
I mean, he's not wrong about that. But
he's not wrong.
maybe
a patriarchal.
I don't like you either.
That's fine, D.
We don't we live in a patriarchal society.
But
do.
D, are you serious? Yes.
We live in
Yes.
We
Yes.
live in a patriarchal.
we even lived in a
society.
patriarchal society since society was created.
Like men are in charge. Is that what we? I need definitions. 'Cause
I'm asking, do
Well, I
we
just-
live in a patriarchal society?
I would say yes, but to go back to y'all question as far as managing genders, I think you really have to go based on people. Like you really got to manage people in different ways. So how I play around with you sometimes is not going to be how I play around with you, depending on how far the joke go. You get what I'm saying? So whereas my relationship with Mark might be different, so it's like I would have to supervise completely
But
different.
say we all three do something equally wrong at separate times.
You have to adjust.
Who's gonna get punished the worst?
It ain't no
Who's
who's
gonna
gonna
get
get punished the
stared at?
worst.
Who's
It's
gonna
like
get off the easiest?
I think that
The
goes.
girl.
No,
Thank you for answering the question.
you wouldn't even let me answer. Patriarchal society. See?
I mean,
I want to hear
I believe-
y'all explain to me how we have a patriarchal society and what a patriarchal society is. Because if all three of y'all say that, I want y'all to sit next to each other so I can slap all three of y'all
Okay, but-
like
Patriarchal
on the Three
society,
Why do you
Stooges.
believe we don't?
everything is still ran by old rich white men. What are you talking about? That's
well,
patriarchal.
we're racist
Glad you
situation
said
now.
that.
I mean, but it's factual for the most part.
I just
It's
said-
still men though. So it's a patriarchal
You
society.
can always tell
Oh,
when
no.
people know they
All right,
wrong because they keep explaining past them. They keep explaining past
That's-
their
You're like, I
explanation.
understand. No, you don't understand. Let me tell you.
It's like,
Let me
it's a
understand
trick.
first.
It's a trick. I know I'm wrong. It's a trick.
Y'all see me trying to get it out, dog, on this shoot.
It seems you're very much set, so hurry up and explain why do you think we don't live in a patriarchal society? Because
I don't think that would patriarch.
I don't understand.
Joel is checking to make sure that's
Patriarch, the
finalized.
male head of a family or tribe. So a patriarchal society would be we are a male-led society.
I mean, the baseline, that's what it means. It's like a lot of
They call it the power of the P.
power of the P, huh?
That's what the power is.
Power of the P?
What's the P? What was
Yeah,
it?
explain that.
Patriarchy. Okay, all right.
Patriot? No, it's not.
So it's not that. It's what
No,
you're
it
saying.
is a woman's private parts.
Oh.
So they saying that.
Power.
So they saying that we live in a matriarchal
I'm
society.
saying if you want control,
No, I mean,
I know
I think it meant power.
influencers
They meant power over
can
them.
influence the guys with the money. I'm just saying.
Okay. Never mind. You're talking about that.
I mean, elaborate.
So I thought it meant power
They
over
say men try to get money, power, whatever. Everything we doing is actually for women.
Like to impress women.
Impress women, take care of women,
Yeah,
whatever you're
it's
doing, but it
peacock,
ain't
man.
for you because half the time you got what you need. So why are you doing it? It's either to get women or take care of women or something like that. So
I mean, it's
who's in
peacocking.
charge?
That's what it is. But
Y'all still in charge. That's your decision to
I mean,
go get it.
I mean, yeah, because it's still not for
So-
women to be in charge.
You're saying men run the country.
Yes.
Mostly, yeah.
Most men.
Most men, yeah.
You saying most men or the country is ran by mostly
men. That's what I meant to say.
Because I don't think most men ain't got no power.
Not most men, yeah.
Ah! So if most men don't have any power, is it truly patriarchal? Because that means the masculine is being judged by its minority. And we cannot make a minority a majority. Very few men have a sixth finger.
Uh-huh.
But because the men that have economic power, each of them have a sixth finger, does that mean all men have six fingers?
No, I was not, but
so if most men don't have any power, and if most men are walking against the tide, trying to serve their wife and kids, how is that a patriarchal society?
Because
a very small percentage of that group is controlling things.
Well, it's just a matter of how, like, when people talk about the patriarchy nowadays, it's mostly talking about, power dynamics and, like, the understanding masculinity and femininity, like the chain, what was it called? The chain
of them, if most of the masculine, as he said,
got no power,
has no power.
How do y'all have no power when y'all hold current seats, y'all hold current positions? To us, that is the power. Now, what you choose to utilize the power for is your choice.
Do most men, or a small number of men, hold powerful seats?
Yes.
Most men. I would say most men have the most powerful seats in the world, as far as from corporations to running the world. I mean,
it's
different.
Different to say. That is to assume that there are a lot of seats. There are very few seats that run the world. So most of the men don't wield any power. Most of the males walking are working check to check, answering to somebody else, just like whatever woman is working check to check, answering to somebody else, trying to bring home some groceries and keep the car running like everybody else.
Yeah, but the problem is also how they sort of control how women function in society too. That's the other thing.
The bricklayer controls how women function in society. The welder controls how women function in society. The professor on campus.
I mean, we're talking about historically how they work, the money that they take in.
The bulk of males in society dictate that.
Whether or not they're able to have a credit, to have credit cards, like that was a thing. One of the things they could do.
Most men don't decide that for themselves.
Yeah, but most women could not do it, or literally couldn't because by law.
Most poor people can't do it.
No, I meant
most people don't make that decision. That is made by a very small group of people. That's what I'm saying. Most of the people you meet do not set legislation. They do not set the economy. They react to it. They're a part of it. Most men, most women, most children. But that's just like them saying the small percentage of black males that have kids out of wedlock and don't marry women is what black men do. Statistically, I think that's 16% of black men that have multiple children unwedded. 16%. But that's the reputation of black men. We are judged. That is a Jedi mind trick that our culture does.
I know it's all manufactured. I get it. Like that's what the patriarchy is.
But that was why I'm saying, that's why I'm asking, well-educated, well-knowledge people, are we buying into this stuff without putting a whole lot of thought in it? That's why I asked the question.
I'm just saying,
do we live in a patriarchal society?
I'm just saying it's set up for, since society has started.
It's set up for men to lose.
It's set for a lot of people to lose. But a lot of people, the rich people that were running the country, not just the country, but also just tribes and states and kingdoms, were men, and it was designed specifically for men to run.
And what I'm saying is,
Except when you had queens, but
because it is a minority of men, again, the six finger, does that mean that it applies to most men?
No.
But
there are very few people that do that.
even if it's the numbers aren't high, the number of leaders are all male. It's saying it has to be male led. It doesn't have to be mostly male. Like, it doesn't have to be male, like mostly male led throughout all the way to the bottom. But they're saying at the very top, it's always male led. So that's patriarchal.
Well, no, that may be male led.
That's what it says.
But the
patriarch
would patriarchal society would mean that the advantage would be to men.
I mean, is it not?
And it's not.
How's it not?
It is.
Most people are equally suffering financially, educationally, socially, religiously. It's most people are suffering. Most people are in service to a hierarchy. And
we're all in service to a
those
hierarchy.
people that are making those decisions have wives, they have mothers, they have daughters. They're benefiting. They're keeping the legislation, they're keeping the economy, they're keeping all of that stuff for them. So it's not like it's just this guy there twisting his mustache. No, it is a class of people that are keeping the masses in poverty. The 1% is keeping the 99% in poverty of some level compared to them. They own 90% of the wealth. And grown out of tradition, men were abused for their labor. Women weren't.
Yes,
by
we
law.
Were. Yes, we were. Black
No.
women were. Black
No.
women
Well,
were.
now, they didn't consider us people. Now we splitting hairs. I'm just talking about the framework of the country. Women weren't allowed to work because men were to be the labor to be exploited. And then women fought to be part of the system.
Bad move.
That came with white women. That shit came after. Wait. What that 1920? 1920. So that had.
But suffrage started 100 years before that.
Why we gotta join? We could have just switched.
So you want to be a stay-at-home dad?
Hell yeah, the house would be spotless. Dinner will be at 6.
So I'm just saying there are many ways to look at that, and a lot of times we take certain things that have been said and we adopt them without.
I still think it's factual. Most men, I mean,
I think according to the definition, it said a male-led family. It doesn't mean that all the males in the family are leading, but it says the male is a lead.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, it's not just men that's doing this. If 1% of the population controls 90% of the wealth, everyone in that 1% is maintaining that. It's only men and women in the world. What I'm saying is, those men have wives, they have daughters, they have mothers, they have sisters. All of them are functioning as an oligarchy to keep. Most people that hold a seat doing something work for somebody.
That's still you're still leading. Even when you think about supervisor positions, and I'm not just talking about like head of the world, like it could just be regular supervisor positions, like most positions where it's a leading role, it is men. It's a patriarchal world. Now, what you choose to do with it, I get it. Take care of your daughter, take care of your wife, take care of your mom. I get it. But let's not act like y'all don't have a lot of power in that structure.
My thing historically is that the patriarchy, to me, thinking of like the chain of being where you had the males up here that were the providers, they were the ones that were supposed to help their mothers and their daughters and their wives, and the women were here. Basically, they were seen as wards, children, like they were the ones to be protected, and they were benefiting from the males and what they were doing. But that doesn't mean that they had, the same level of power as men. It was designed that way, that men were supposed to have more power. At least in terms of their agency and how much they,
Well, that is.
And
that is
I'm not saying that
in testacy.
I'm not saying that they all didn't contribute. I'm not saying women didn't contribute.
Right.
But I am saying that they had.
And the system, because voting matters at that level. It doesn't matter at like the elections that we do. That doesn't matter.
Are you talking about like regular legislators?
Of the people, no, legislators don't matter.
Okay.
The 1%, the people who actually own the country.
Yeah.
What the direction they move in is the direction in which the country goes. Everybody else works for someone. Okay? Everybody else works for someone. Now, there are levels to go down, and we have a history of misogyny in this country.
Yes.
But misogyny, the opposite of misogyny is not necessarily patriarchy. Because the abuse of men has been the capital of the country.
Actually, wait, opposite?
Huh?
You said the opposite of patriarchy?
It's not naturally the opposite.
I don't think anyone's saying
Misogyny is not necessarily the
No.
opposite.
It'd be the.
That's just, no, people say it's synonymous.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, people say, I'm not saying it's the opposite. People are saying it's synonymous with misogyny and patriarchy. They're
Okay.
in the same ballpark.
Well, I'm saying that
Anyway.
that's not a 1-to-1 ratio. It's not, okay, well, if you have misogyny, then misogyny automatically means a favoritism toward men. What has generally been proposed is that there is a system of oppression for men's labor, and a system of oppression for women's labor, because indiscriminately, I need all of you to be slaves for us. Like,
but let's not act like y'all don't hold seats of power.
More seats of power than women, definitely.
Like you, I get what
Way
you're
more.
saying,
Like, I get
but
it.
when you look at the way that the world is even structured, if I show up with the same degree as you, the same experience, the same everything, I promise you'll get the job first.
not true.
Promise you,
Not true.
you'll get
Not
the
in our
job
race.
first. I promise you.
No, I'm
You
saying
would.
no. I'm telling you statistically, you're wrong.
No, I don't.
Black,
believe-
we are the only race in this country that our women out earn us.
I don't agree.
Okay, then you need to read some studies, because the studies actually say
That's for women who are actually who actually out educate. I say if I show up with the same education and same experience,
yes.
if we show up together equally,
it is a
you gonna get the job before
It is a
I do.
study that just came out, and the name of it is escaping me. Because I was saying was the number one choice is white men. The second choice is white women. Next, no, depending on what field it was, but it was white men, then it was Asian men, then it was these men, then it was white woman, then it was a white man with a felony.
But
Before you got to black men.
before you got to black men with education, you get what I'm saying?
They're saying all things equal. I'm saying you can't add to
No,
what's in the study. until
I
read the
heard you
study.
say before with the same chart that even they would look at a white man with a felony before a black man with a
education.
degree. So if we showing up equal, you gonna get it before me.
No, in that I'm telling you, black women got hired.
Because if we out educate you, of course we're gonna get hired before.
The out education is not on there. It's not on there. They were saying all things being equal. That was why it was that's why it was so egregious. They would rather hire a white man with no education and a felony before an educated black man with a felony, without a felony. But black women get hired before black men. That's all. Black women, well, women in general, but within our community, affirmative action, black women were elevated in affirmative action.
I feel like
We still got labor jobs. We got labor jobs from Nixon with the Nixon did the Philadelphia Plan. I think that's what it was called, where he said, if you don't let black folks into the union, you can't get no federal money. I believe it was called the Philadelphia Plan. So we took labor jobs, whereas black women went to college. And black women ended up getting, because they weren't going to hire us in the corporate world, but they would hire black women. And that's when our women started out earning us at that point, because they were less threatening socially. So in our particular case now, outside of our race, as Americans, you're 100% right. But if you show up with a degree and I show up with the same degree, you are more than likely to get hired because of the stigma of the angry black man.
I disagree. As somebody who's been in my education field, who's went up against dudes where our education is, if not similar, I may possibly out-educate them. They have gotten the job. You get what I'm saying? And it may be my particular field because we need you to be whatever the case may be.
It could be. Now there are some fields.
It's gonna
law enforcement does tend to lean toward masculine energy. That may be.
Maybe teaching jobs.
But what I'm talking about broadly, historically, it's just that has not panned out to be true in our community.
I would have to look at statistics.
Well, you gotta look at it. That's what I'm saying. That's just.
There's over 1 million black women hired more than black men.
With the same education.
What source is this? One second.
The Economic Policy Institute.
.org. Okay. I mean, I guess that's a reliable source.
Now, and also there are, and again, don't forget, STEM tends to align with the male mind, whereas humanities tend to align with the female mind. So what field are we in? If we're more in a STEM field, or if we're in a more physical field? If we show up for a bricklaying job,
it's gonna be men.
That may happen.
I'm just telling you my experience. That's what it's been. So, I still disagree. So,
I'm just saying.
I have to disagree on
this if you disagree, I'm saying before you disagree, check into it. Just like I said, he looked at it and was like, "Oh dang, that is right there." It does not take long. That's a historic norm that was very significant that occurred within our community, which was doubled down with the war on drugs, where so many black men were taken out of the community. So now that put black women even further ahead financially than black men. We have a wealth gap within our community, which is really, really difficult to come in a system that practices hegemony. And where the male is expected to be the top earner. So that's a well-studied area.
That's also another thing that ties it with the patriarchy too, the hegemonic establishment. Just the fact that males are meant to be the top owners, which again leads to them being the breadwinners. Obviously, that is.
Wait a minute.
What?
Did I use hegemony wrong? Because I think hegemony is when you marry up.
I
may have used it wrong.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hegemony, spell it.
Hegemony. Hegemony. Now, leadership or dominance, especially over by one's country or social group over.
Is it hypergamy?
No. No, I don't think that's.
What is the word?
Hypergamy is the act of
when you marry
spouse. That's hypergamy.
What? Hypergamy?
You were thinking of hypergamy?
Hypergamy is the word I meant. Not hegemony. Hypergamy. When you have that expectation of marrying up.
Okay, yeah,
And that is a big,
See, I thought you were talking.
that is a big part in American culture. Is the woman marries somebody that's doing better than them.
Never mind. I thought you were talking about something.
Well, that totally flips us upside down because we're not. You know, we haven't been since the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, again, that's why you have in our community, when you say this is a male-dominated society, we're like, not so much. That is a real hard translation into the Black community when you're talking about male power. When I don't make more money than you, when I don't get more opportunities than you.
We can agree to disagree. I still disagree.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
To...
Have something to disagree on.
I'm disagreeing on that whole thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Don't just disagree to disagree. Actually, look into it and say, "Oh, here are the facts that show me." Other than this is what happened to me. Yeah, this is that. Somebody said you don't have your truth. It's only the truth, and that is something that I think that is very American. Like we make up our own religions, we make up our own identities, we make up our own realities, and say, "Well, that's my truth," and that's your opinion. The truth is based in some objective study. So, do we really want to live in subjective reality?
Okay.
With no objective attachment whatsoever? We have to attach into the matrix at some point. So say, well, I just disagree because that's not what happened to me. Well, yeah, but that's you. That doesn't make, if I say, well, everybody can get a doctorate degree. Well, no. That's not true. You can have a family and take care of your grandmother and work 2 jobs and you can do it. No, everybody can't do that. So, but my subjective reality doesn't mean that's your reality. Doesn't mean your reality. Obviously, most people can't do it. Or more people would. So that's what I'm saying, you know, just think about that, you know. So everything, I believe everything should be tested. Everything should be questioned. Question religion, question love, question thought, question everything, and learn about it. Mm-hmm. You know, that's something. When I said I'm going to dedicate myself to scholarship, I said I'm questioning everything, and I'm learning it that. No, I questioned God. I questioned religion. I questioned reality. Nothing was off the table.
Oh, see, you know, I thought that too, and I was like, oh wait, how far do I go before getting to flat Earth theory? I don't know.
Said what?
I said, how far do I go without thinking, oh, maybe the Earth is flat? You know.
Well, no, because okay, I actually had somebody in my lodge say, the Earth is flat, and we talked about it. And we investigated it and was like, no, it's not. Now, the obvious way to test that theory is what? Flat Earth. What's the easiest way to disprove flat Earth theory?
Freaking look at a video.
What was it? The sailing ships that sail out to the ocean, that the sail keeps disappearing as it sails away.
The argument against that was if anything goes far enough away from you, you can't see it.
And you can't see
but
it.
you can't see it, but we can see it go down. Like
yeah,
we
can
going see
down.
The boat will disappear before the top of the mantle disappears. So
their argument to that, we know it's wrong, but their argument to that was anything if it goes far away looks like it's shrinking. That was their argument.
But it's not shrinking, it's disappearing from the bottom to the top.
I'm just telling you, that's why they didn't accept that.
This is also a lot. Never mind. I don't want to get into it. It doesn't matter.
No, the best way to do it is the lunar eclipse.
The
lunar eclipse
because the moon
is always a circle.
Yes, always.
sometimes it would be an angle of a flat sphere
Yeah.
if the earth wasn't round. But it's always round. That's how you know.
Or we can just say, just claim.
Now you can do the Sir Isaac Newton that, things bend and all of those things, but they come up with a dumb reason as that. That is the one thing that they cannot because they go, oh, I don't believe that those. I said, dude, they got video from space.
No,
I don't believe that they've been to space.
No,
Like, really, we're gonna do it like that now?
Flat Earth is not even about the Earth being flat anymore, or people trying to build the Earth is flat.
Or a lot of people
for me,
that.
and I know that, but it's just for them, it's more about just disproving something that they've been told their entire life because they need something else to believe because they can't believe the reality that they're living in right now. Which, don't get me wrong, it's crazy.
I don't know.
I
I believe that's when questioning everything goes wrong.
That's all it is. It's just things feel wrong. I need an explanation as to why it feels wrong. So that's where I think Earth is flat. Why it's gotten popular over the years. But anyway, I think we end it there. Is that all right?
New song coming out. Follow me. Links in the bio. Click something.
Click something.
Trust message.
Click something.